Hi, Dave Roscoe here. It is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. I've got something on the rumor mill that I think people should be made aware of and to be careful of. And an update on the AI trading experiment that I introduced yesterday. We'll take another look at that and see how the chat models are doing. But first, the metrics. The circulating supply is 8.28 billion pi. And there were 6,230 user accounts migrated yesterday, totaling 1.3 million pi. Again, not a lot, but they've been going nonstop. I don't know where they keep finding all these small pi accounts, but they seem to be doing it. There is currently 29.5 million pi in the Pi migration wallet, and migrations are happening now. The migrated unlocked rewards are at 3.18 billion pi, with 2.4 million pi unlocked in the last 24 hours, and now free to be traded on the open markets. The other day, I had talked about a crypto wallet that was indicating that there was a big deal between Stellar and the Pi network blockchain coming up, even though there had been no indications at all by the Pi core team. And I had suggested that it was kind of hypey or maybe just trying to create hype to try to drum up Pi network business for their wallet. And I can't imagine that wouldn't come back to bite them, but I'm still scratching my head on this one. But related to this, we've been seeing a lot on X, especially from Prashu DEX, also playing up this supposed Stellar and Pi network bridge and offering what appear to be fraudulent coins labeled as Pi on their exchange. And it's raising alarms that it could be a scam, and people should be wary. Fraudulent Pi coin listings appear on Prashu DEX, triggering warnings from the community amid rumors of an unconfirmed Pi-Stellar partnership. Fraudulent Pi coin listings have surfaced on the Prashu DEX, leading to warnings from the community. This comes amid rumors that Pi Network may soon partner with Stellar for its decentralized applications, or DApps. While these claims remain unverified, users should be cautious as the fake listings mirror authentic tokens. The situation is exacerbated by Prashu's controversial history, further raising concerns about potential scams on the platform. And, we don't talk about this too much, but there is a danger with DEXs in that when you remove the centralized authority, people are free to do more without any oversight, and creating bogus tokens is one of them. And it's very much the user beware, because with the DEX, there isn't a lot that can be done. It's really a lot like a free-for-all. The Prashu Decentralized Exchange, or DEX, has recently listed fake Pi coins, causing concern among the crypto community. These fraudulent tokens claimed to be Pi network assets with fake price and issuer details designed to appear legitimate. Community members quickly noticed the scam and urged others not to interact with these listings. This is a scam. Do not buy Pi on the Stellar network. For all we know, Prashu is in on the scam, one user warned on social media. The fake listings surfaced just as unverified rumors began circulating about a potential Pi network Stellar collaboration. However, these rumors have not been confirmed by either the Pi network or the Stellar Development Foundation. Despite the shared technical roots between Pi network and Stellar, the two blockchains remain distinct ecosystems. Prashu has been previously involved in controversies, further fueling distrust among users. In August, a user accused the platform of theft after participating in a giveaway that required participants to reveal private keys. The giveaway, which promised 1,000 XLM as a prize, was a scam designed to steal users' funds. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Just like on the Pi network, you give your passphrase away, you're at risk, regardless of what crypto you're working on. So, as the user explained, the next day, USDC and TKG disappeared from my account. This incident highlights the risks of interacting with platforms that lack proper security measures. The recent fake Pi coin listings on Prashu bring this concern to the forefront again. The platform's history of scandals makes it more difficult for users to trust its listings, especially in light of the current situation involving unverified token sales. The appearance of fake coins on Prashu coincides with rumors that Pi Network may partner with Stellar for its upcoming decentralized application. One user claimed that Pi Network would use Stellar as a settlement layer for trading real-world assets by early 2026. The claim suggested that this partnership would integrate Pi's 60 million users into the Stellar ecosystem, unlocking access to Stellar's decentralized finance or DeFi infrastructure. Despite these rumors gaining attention, there has been no official statement from either Pi Network or Stellar confirming the collaboration. Many within Pi Network community have pointed out that Pi Network operates on its own blockchain, which does not require Stellar. That doesn't even make sense. Pi would use its own blockchain for settlement, one user remarked in response to the unverified claims. Although Pi Network's consensus mechanism is adapted from the Stellar consensus protocol, the two projects remain separate. And you'll notice that we've seen stuff on X before where people claim that there's been some sort of collaboration by showing that duplicate wallet addresses exist on both XLM and on the Pi Network. And what they don't realize is that that's perfectly allowable because the Stellar consensus protocol uses particular wallet creation protocols, and they're shared by both the Pi Network and Stellar. The wallet addresses are very similar, and they can be identical, and that's fine because they are on separate blockchains. Now, reconciling duplicate addresses would have to be dealt with whenever they come up with a bridge, and they could do that through like a mux and a hash between them, but that does have to be dealt with. But people were using the fact that you were seeing duplicate wallet addresses as some sort of evidence that there was collaboration between the two, and this was months ago. So this is old news that just keeps coming back. Now, it would be a good thing if the Pi Network did this, because Stellar is farther along in developing their ecosystem, and giving Pi Network users access to that natively, or at least through the bridge, would be a big deal for the Pi Network. And it would be a boon for Stellar because they would instantly get, everyone says 60 million, but we know that's not the case. But however many million KYC verified users, which would be a big boost to their ecosystem as well, because we know that everyone's going to need to start backfilling KYC on their own blockchains if they're going to stay within the regulatory frameworks that are now being developed. Now, following up on something I showed you yesterday, this is Alpha Arena by Nof1, and it has the top 5 large language models running trading for crypto, and they're trading BTC, ETH, Solana, BNB, Doge, and XRP. And as you can see, just like yesterday, Gemini and ChatGPT are very much at the bottom, and they're just steadily going to zero. However, you've got Claude Sonnet 4.5, DeepSeek Chat version 3.1, QWEN3 Max, and Grok all doing relatively well. Now, if you look, at one point, Grok and DeepSeek had gotten up to $15,000. Now, they started with $10,000, and they got up to $15,000, and they still had cash in hand to enter new positions. But as you can see, it seems like they all got bit by reading the same data, and coming to the same conclusion, which apparently didn't pan out because now they're back down. At one point, they were all back down to around 10,000. DeepSeek is slowly moving its way back up. This is a really interesting experiment because it gives you a good view on how well the current state of the art for artificial intelligence would do, say, against a human trader. And right now, it's not looking so good for the large language models. It was for a while, but we'll have to see how it goes. Now, this particular season, they call it, will be running until November 1st. So we'll keep an eye on this and see how it develops. Like I said, it's not looking good for Gemini and ChatGPT. And at this rate, they may be out of the picture within the next day or so. Well, that's all I've got for today. If anything breaks, I'll be sure to let you know. But until then, don't panic, stay the course, and remember, the success of the Pi network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.